Funko Pop guy stood outside of a Best Buy and he camped out the night of the release to get it.
Dude!
This dude is getting torched, man. I tell you
Dude,
what.
every time you tell me a story about this specimen, this individual.
The specimen. That's my friend.
Every time you tell me a story about this guy, my opinion of him just continues to tank.
Damn.
My opinion of him is tanking harder than the Sacramento Kings. Like, it's bad, man. It's
Whoa, don't compare
bad.
the King. That's too far. Hey, Shredberg, get this guy. Kill him,
Mons,
Shredberg.
kill that guy.
Even though nobody asked, we delivered. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. My name is DECosmic.
My name is Coley_02.
My name is Nestani.
My name is Jaxler1.
And today on the podcast, everyone, because you read the title, we have a very special guest on our hands. Come on out. It's Nintendo. We're going to talk about Nintendo.
Yay. I love that company. They've never done anything wrong.
No, they're perfect
I like
and
that.
good. And guys,
Yes.
okay, really what we're going to do this whole
However-
episode is we're going to talk about games. It's Nintendo Direct happened, fucking Xbox happened, PlayStation happened, and then Summer Games Fest. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but that happened too.
Xbox.
We talked about that last year, dude.
I don't
Xbox
remember.
Series X.
That was a year ago, man. Do you expect me to remember?
Xbox
You
Series
remember
X
Christmas
or
every year, right?
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but that's because Christmas is every year since I was 0. I don't think Summer Games Fest was going on when I was 0.
Since I was 0.
Bro,
It's basically
what?
the same thing.
It's
you know?
that's 26 years straight. That's
I mean,
way
fair
more
enough,
tenure than Summer Games
Also,
Fest.
Nintendo can't be all bad because at some point in
Like I know what
history,
E3 is.
They filed a takedown of some fan art on Patreon that
Nice.
featured a 3D model of Bowser's cock with a spiked ring around it.
That's
And
fire.
they typically don't do that. They typically don't do this for fan art. So they've effectively canonized the 3D model of Bowser's cock.
That's awesome.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So how bad can they really be? The answer is actually Daily Double and really bad.
Daily Double. I just have to say, E3's been around longer than Summer Games Fest, right? I mean, it's dead now, but
E3's gone.
Yeah, E3's
I know
gone.
it's- I know
Summer
it's
Games
dead.
Fest picked up.
Picasso
Summer Games
is
Fest picked
dead.
up where E3 left off, essentially.
yeah, but it's not
Pretty
E3. Like it doesn't have dick like E3 does. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't have the Vex condom like E3 does.
True, yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's probably funny to
I
at
don't
least
know.
3
I don't
people
know what
listening to the
that means
podcast.
either. Whoa.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. So Vex, the game that I run, there was a demo of it at E3 in like I want to say 01 or 02, and they gave as like a promotional giveaway thing. If you went up to go play to test their game, they gave Google this. I'm not
I'm gonna
shitting
Google
you.
it. I'm gonna DuckDuckGo it. I'm off that shit.
Are fair enough. There are Vex condoms, and it says Vex before you sex.
Oh
with
wait, I
two
remember
Xs.
this. You've told me this before. Yeah, that's fine.
I've told you this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
know
it's
what? I'm not gonna
real.
look this up. I will
Anyway,
take
so
your
now
word for it, though.
going back from condoms, we're going to talk about Nintendo, not to be confused with the Smash players. So we're back, right? No Smash announced.
Come on.
Cole just
they
watched
did
a
say
Michael
it was the
Jackson
last
documentary.
game.
Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, who's our? What are we excited about from this Nintendo Direct? There's some hitters, I guess. There's Ocarina of Time getting a remake. There's other stuff.
Dude,
So
Was it just a title card announcement, or did they show any footage?
they showed a little. They
showed a little bit.
No, I
it
can't say
seems like
that.
it's gonna be
Say
a like
Say it.
it's gonna be it seems like it's gonna be really different.
I was gonna
honestly,
make a
because they kinda
Neverland
just showed,
joke, but I'm not gonna do that.
That would
It
be
seems like
fire.
it's just gonna be really different. The art style seems like very different. It just seems like
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, right, is that at the time that Ocarina of Time was made, it was going for realistic,
yeah.
and that was just what was realistic at the time. So they're kind of just repeating that, just with modern tech. I'm rather certain that they're going to go in a very different direction with Ocarina of Time this time around, which I'd be okay with because they've already been pretty diligent about porting OOT forward. So
here's my question is we recently this is like the third game Nintendo's doing in a row where they have made a remake of it twice, because you had Ocarina of Time, then Ocarina of Time 3D, and now this Ocarina of Time 2020 whatever. And then you had Star Fox 64.
It's actually coming out this year.
Oh, it's coming out this year. Damn.
I don't buy that for a second. This is
the
Zelda.
leak was for Christmas, so
I know, but this is I don't know. Zelda does not come on time. Like that's all I'm saying.
Damn, she doesn't come.
I'm gonna not say it like
that's why she and Link don't hang out very much.
Does Zelda have a function? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, like Zelda always gets delayed. So I would just the fact that they're announcing it right now and they're saying it's gonna come out this year just shocks me. That's all. But
so I will say this to you, Cole. I will posit this to you.
Yeah.
When Final Fantasy 16 was revealed, they said, "Oh yeah, it's coming out like a year from now." And everybody on the internet was like, "Oh, that means like 5 years from now we'll get another trailer." And then it came out next year. So
okay, but Final Fantasy is not made by Nintendo. And
Final Fantasy historically has had very long development times. And I think now with these high budget titles, companies are just like, we can't just announce this
because it's
shit
like
way
AI.
too early. Yeah. We can't just announce it way too early. Because, I mean, like, the Blade game by Arcane is rumored to be canceled at this point. And they announced it, like, mad early. So I think that now...
I'm not going to complain if it comes out.
They're not going to run... I don't think... With how risk-averse so many companies are, I think that us seeing, like, these announcements way far out, the days of that are probably mostly long past. Because you can't get... It's a little bit volatile to get consumers in a hype cycle, especially with the way that, you know, social media works, and then having a game sort of just get... It just disappears, right?
Well, the thing of it, the other thing, too, I think, with the example that you mentioned with the announcing things way too early, is that, especially for some of these developers that are publicly traded companies, when they announce something big like that, it has a very significant impact on their price per share type shit.
Oh yeah.
Right. So if you're a company, or maybe the people in suits who are like, we're living in, or have had investors who are like, we are living and dying by the return on investment in terms of the shares in this company, buy low salt high type shit, then for sure. But for other companies where it's more about like stability and like trying to like make things consistently and make your money off of the product rather than just, obviously you're, no matter what, your company's always worth something.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference, right? Because
like
Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, a lesser example from a company that's a fraction of the size of Nintendo is that Control Resonant got announced 5 months ago, and that's coming out in September. So that's going to be like a total of like 8 or 9 months from announcement to release. So it's like, I think that as far as these high budget titles go, we're not going to like, outside of Kingdom Hearts, obviously, because Kingdom Hearts is just an anomaly.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
it's just an anomaly. When you walk
away. Don't hear me say.
But like, I think the days of like, oh, this big hype thing gets announced, then you wait 3 years or 4 years with mostly radio silence in between, not gonna happen.
I hope.
It's inefficient on the marketing front if you really think about it, because like, let's say your announcement, when I was this, I'm going to use a swimming metaphor here. The most amount of speed you ever have when you do a race is when you jump off the block, and your goal as you're swimming is to avoid like losing that initial burst of speed as much as possible over the course of the race. Marketing is kind of like the same thing, where it's like your initial for games at least, it's like your initial explosion is going to be that announcement thing. And then your goal is to continue to pace that and continue that momentum into the release date and beyond, right? Now, if you do the thing of you announce it way too early, you're stretching that over way too long of a period. So for one, it's not as cost effective because you're just spending more time marketing, which is more money that you're spending on marketing. But it's also a less efficient use of resources, right? So I think people have started to do the math, I guess is my point.
I also think that like you just can't really do that unless you're GTA 6. Because otherwise, like, I don't think anyone cares about a franchise enough that like they'll actually gonna be hyped for like that long. Because like Elder Scrolls 6 got announced like 6 years ago or something, or whenever that was. I feel like that was like the last one to get announced that has been radio silent since. And it's just like no one's really talking about Elder Scrolls 6, and I don't know how excited people are about it. Because the thing about GTA 6 that they announced that shit, and then people never shut up about it ever. Like it was still like, and then the meme was born like this came before GTA 6. This one came before GTA 6. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're right though. I feel like a lot of them are like, we don't have dick like that. We can't just announce stuff like that early anymore.
Yeah.
I just remember maybe it won't be like that because Breath of the Wild was like that. I remember Breath of the Wild being announced. He's got like, it was in like Cobonner Money 456 intros. It was like Link had like the ancient arrow and it was like shooting a guardian. Everybody's like, oh my god, wow, this is crazy. And then it like never released until like years and years later, like 5 years later or something. Obviously this is a remake, so it's different than just like a completely new Zelda game built from the ground up.
Yeah.
But all we got was just the cinematic trailer that's at the very beginning of the game, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. But I have to say that Kid Link looked weird to me. Like he looked like it looked like a man's head on a boy's body. It just looks weird to me. It just looks weird to me. I don't know why, but I'm very curious about how that's gonna go. I don't know why they're on such a Nintendo 64 kick.
I need to see this.
Yeah, because like Star Fox is also like getting a remake, dude.
Yeah,
I think
Star
Nintendo's
Fox is
running out of
happening right
ideas.
now.
I think they're
Yeah, that's
scared.
what I was gonna
They're
say.
scared to
That's
release new games, bro. They're like, we just got to remake the old stuff.
That's
Cash
why,
cow.
Their creativity is reserved for Mario. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do this with Mario 64.
Oh, dude, we're due for a new Mario game, aren't we? Because Mario Odyssey was Switch 1, right?
Yeah, that was ages ago. Yeah.
And you had DK Bonanza, which was like not obviously Mario, but like
But it's, you know.
It's kind of in the same vein.
That was it's like the same universe kind of thing.
You know?
Yeah, apparently there was something new there as well. There's like a DK challenge thing. And
Yeah,
like
there's a DLC or whatever.
There's like something for the 40th anniversary of Mario, but I didn't really follow that. So I know that the last DLC thing was like okay. I've heard like mixed reviews about it. But
When do you think we're gonna get a new Mario game? Because they haven't had their like legacy like Mario game on Switch 2 yet. So
they're 2D Mario.
2D or 3D. They haven't done like their hallmark.
Yeah.
Like
Miyamoto just
for
makes
the
movies
Switch 2
now,
specifically. You know, I don't know.
They had Mario Wonder, so that was pretty. How
That
far
wasn't
into
Switch 2 though.
But it was late.
That was
Switch
Switch 1.
It's Switch 1. It's late Switch 1, but it's still Switch 1.
It went to Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm talking about Switch 2 specifically, like being like this is a Switch 2 exclusive. Suck our dick, you have to buy the console, you know, like they did.
Yeah.
With Fire Emblem.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late. It was late 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a hot minute because Switch 2 released this year, right? Is that right, or is that last year?
So.
Or last year? I think last year. Yeah.
Switch 2 release date.
It was last year.
God, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's the last year really been a blur?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
June 5th. It's literally been a year.
Like a year old.
Literally to the day.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wow.
Oh well. No, it was June. Yeah, it was June 5th. Today's the 9th, so not to the day. You know. It was like
I said basically to the day. I don't know where.
Oh, I thought you said to the day.
No, said basically.
I heard.
It's at least June 6th or 7th. You know, like it's.
All right. Well, I can't go one moment.
Nope.
How many weeks in a
So
row do you
the-
think Jax is going to manage to make a 6-7 joke?
I don't know.
He's on a
6 or 7.
He's
probably.
yeah.
I'm on a streak, dude. I'm
He's
streaking.
on 8 or 9
I'm
by now, dude.
Dude, I'm yeah.
Alright.
What's the 8 or 9? Is it like a little bit of it? Like I don't know.
Guys,
Nintendo's
So
just
the
busy
Nintendo
making
Direct,
movies right now.
Kingdom
Oh,
Fire
yeah.
Emblem
Yeah,
is getting a new
do you
game,
have that?
ladies and
We
gentlemen.
can cut that.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
please, let's just move on.
Guys, Fire Emblem Fortunes, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
Fortune's Weave.
Yeah.
Fortune's Weave.
It's Fortune's. Yeah.
Dude, this game, it's gonna be Fire Emblem slop, but I love Fire Emblem slop, guys. I just like any Fire Emblem game, I'm playing it. Also, the game actually looks pretty good. They're kind of leaning back into the Three Houses style. They're gonna do 4 different stories again. So that means automatically you're gonna have a shit ton of replayability. I hope they do it a
Right.
little bit better than Three Houses because I feel like with Three Houses you got a lot of lore dump in like Demetrius's story, and then you play Claude's story, and you're just replaying the game basically just for fun at that point. Like his story, like it's his story through his lens, but like his lens is boring, and you don't really find out much about the game. His story, like
Yeah.
the broad game and like the lore and stuff, versus like
Mistakes.
yeah, versus like Demetrius is where you actually find out like everything in the game. Honestly, if you play Fire Emblem Three Houses, you should just play Demetrius' storyline because that's where all the story is. And then you find out everything about the game, all the secrets. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited about this though. I also you can run in the game. There was one part where you were like running in third person in a game and not in like a monastery. And not like in a like you opened a chest to get something out of it. I saw in the trailer. So I'm very interested in what the fuck that is. Like the combat looks to be the same, just classic Fire Emblem. But like there was one point of the trailer where he looked like you were in like a dungeon or something, and he opened a chest, and I was like, I get to move around in Fire Emblem? Like,
Whoa.
Open world Fire Emblem?
I would kill myself instantly if that was the case. Instantly, frame one, I would still buy the game, but it would be the death of me, you know. And it also has a release date, September 17th, which coincidentally, guys, Switch
That's
1
most
price,
popular.
Switch 2 prices go up on September 1st. So I'm gonna buy a Switch 2 in like August, and then right before the $50 price hike, and then I'll sit with no games on my Switch 2 for a month until Fire Emblem comes out.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Valid.
Anyway, that's my Fire Emblem rant. I'll spare everyone.
Were there any baddies?
Oh,
That's the real question.
yeah, bro. I forget her name. There's one that's like crazy. Hold on, I'm looking.
There's like Empress girl, and then there's like musician lady.
Dude, Lita?
Yeah, tan girl.
That's all I have to say.
What's LIDA?
No, it's
I think it's LA.
LEDA. She is fire.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Theodoro is the other person I was thinking.
She's also attractive. But
Holy shit.
Lita,
Okay, yeah, I understand.
I was like, hey. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Lita's
there's
cinema.
also there's a character that looks like, I think it's, I've never played a single Castlevania game, but I think it's like Dracula's
the sword
son
guy.
or
That's kind
whatever.
of funny.
Yeah, there's like a sword guy and he has long white hair and he looks very like and so he just looks like a vampire. Like it's just kind of funny. But yeah. I also saw that DMC5 is finally coming.
Oh my god, DMC5 on the
yeah.
Switch. Cosmic
right.
has another leaderboard to grind. Let's go.
So here's the thing:
Get
is
world
that it's not
record
even
in
gonna be a
every
separate
single
leaderboard.
DMC5 leaderboard.
It's not even going to be a separate leaderboard because all this is just the base game plus the DLC. So it doesn't have the special edition differences. So it's just going to be on the base of
just worse.
game boards. Yeah.
So that means
So
that
it's-
you're
it's
going to
literally
get
just
record
worse.
on it.
What's funny though is that I'm pretty sure they removed the cameo system from the game for the Switch 2 release. The cameo system is where it's an online functionality thing. So, for example, right?
Grooves on a
or
record.
Grooves on a record. When Nero is like in one level, right? So like when you're fighting some enemies on some sinking buildings, V will be like off in the distance fighting some people, and your game will say starring, and it's just like a random person that's joined your game on the network, and you just kind of see them fighting in the distance. And you can give them like a thumbs up, like, oh yeah, I saw you fighting those guys, and it was like really cool. And there's also some missions where you can actually play co-op in the game as well.
Oh, so like Dark Souls,
There's,
like
like-
summoning things?
No, so there's a couple of missions in where like the characters cross paths.
Mm-hmm.
And you can both just kind of spawn in, and like in the mission 13 specifically too is like just 4 or 5 floors of enemies fighting, so you can have 3 people go into the mission and just like be doing alley-oop combos to enemies and stuff. Which is pretty tight, but I'm pretty sure that they've removed that feature from
Classic.
the game.
No.
Classic
the Switch 2
Nintendo fucking pussies that they are.
And it might just be that their network can't handle it, but I assume that it can.
And that's right.
That sounds about right.
Which would not bode well for, which is probably why they're having a Duskbloods like closed network test later this year as well, which is the new FromSoft game for the Switch 2. I assume that they want to be able to test the network stuff for summoning in Souls, like summoning in co-op partners, especially after the success of like Night Rain and such. They want to probably make sure that co-op is still good there too.
Yeah. And
what
then
else
we
was
have
there?
there's Kingdom Hearts 4 and Xenoblade. I feel like are the other big hitters.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
Hearts
4.
and Nintendo Switch Sports Resort.
I don't know
there you go. New video from Cole to Farm.
I don't remember the last time we saw a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, but I felt like a lot of this was sort of more of the same as what we saw in the last one. This is probably just sort of like this definitely was like to go along with them announcing the collection of 1 through 3 on the Switch 2, because Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 are coming in like an entire collection to Switch 2. And then this was just sort of like this is just sort of like the follow-up to be like, hey, the game is still getting made, and we still only see Sora in Quadratum, which is a hyper-realistic world where he's fighting like a hyper-realistic Heartless. And I mean, it's cool to me. I'm just excited to play the game when I'm 45. So, because literally no joke, I waited like half my life for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, they say 4 is going to release in 2027, so yeah. I have a feeling that I believe them.
Does it?
Because that means that they could release at Christmas of 2027. They just said coming in 2027.
Maybe. But I only saw in that trailer on Switch 2 at launch. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it will come out in 2027. I'd say probably 2028 at the latest, especially with how Square Enix's internal affairs have been. I know they're not exactly riding high right now. So they're probably trying to get a bunch of projects out the door, and I doubt that they want to spend another 14 years or whatever on a Kingdom Hearts game. Even though Nomura is like one of the cornerstones of that company basically at this point. Like a lot of his style and like a lot of it runs in the DNA of the games that they make. Like whether or not you want to whether or not people want to admit it, like he has undeniably had a lasting effect on how characters at that company are designed and like the DNA of his scenario writing. Although I think that Kingdom Hearts 1 scenario was like partially written by somebody that wrote Cowboy Bebop, so that's also pretty cool.
That's wild. I did not know that. I
don't
know.
I remember.
My impression of like some of the, because I watched parts of the KH4 stuff, and it just gave me a lot of like KH3, but again, flashbacks. There may be a couple of things that looked a bit snappier on like the gameplay front, or a bit more, but like, I mean, it wasn't a lot of gameplay, but I was just like,
yeah, it did seem like a little bit more of the same.
If it's just more of the same, then it's just like I'm not exactly sure what we're doing here. Other than giving an entire corner of YouTube another collective aneurysm over trying to piece together lore and dog shit like that.
Yeah, that sort of crap.
It's like, we have to make a Kingdom Hearts 4 because all of our important lore was on these fucking gacha games that no one played. So,
well, honestly, Kingdom Hearts lore is not terribly hard to understand. And I think
it's a classic example of a simple story told in a way overly complex way.
Well, I think that if you just pay attention, like it makes sense. It's just that like YouTubers have retroactively convinced people it's difficult to understand.
Well, they need to make their content and their money. So
I distinctly remember somebody in Cole's chat saying to me, "Well, in order to understand 2, you have to play a mobile game." You know, or like you have to play a mobile game, then you have to play this other thing that came out. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, what are you talking about? And they were like, well, you have to play this game and this game. And I was like, well, that's funny you should say that because one of those things you mentioned came out after KH2 was released. And then they went, oh, no, sorry. I didn't actually play the games. I just like watched YouTube videos.
Oh, no, dude.
Classic.
So, like, maybe just don't have video essay brain.
Yeah.
And you can
just
understand
have your
the
own
Kingdom Hearts
opinion.
story. Just because here's the thing.
Oh
Okay,
boy. Oh, here we go.
is that all you have to do at the beginning of the game when Sora comes across Roxas and they explain some shit about him in the game in Kingdom Hearts 2, you just go, oh, okay, that happened. You don't need like you don't need to know how the sausage was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't need a ton of depth and context. You just go, okay, that happened.
Okay, that's a hot dog.
Moving
You know,
on.
it's like yeah.
You just move on. Like it is what it is. But no, because apparently now when not everything is explained in full detail with like a 5-paragraph essay with sources cited, now it's a plot hole.
Dude, it's fucking
Well, you
cinema
know.
sins all over again, man.
Like,
It's
can you imagine if Star Wars came out this year and then Luke Skywalker was like, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars? Everybody in the theater would be like, big plot hole. What are the Clone Wars? Why didn't they flash back to show us the Clone Wars? I want to be clued into this. I feel like I'm being left out. This is not the character's world. This is my world, and I'm entitled to understand every bit of jargon that they say for the next 3 hours. Shut up, motherfucker. So anyway,
Moving on from Nintendo.
So
Xbox.
also Capcom is
Oh.
well, I was actually going to say Dragon's Dogma 2 getting DLC and like proper post-launch support. Pretty interesting because also the Shut Up Motherfucker wasn't directed at you, Jax. It was directed at CinemaSins brain people.
oh no, I was aware. I'm
No, we-
Okay, cool. I just wanted to because
I
you
mean,
started like
we could have both.
you got really quiet and I was like, I hope I didn't. Okay, so
No, I was realizing that the lights had started to dim, and what I was watching on my screen was starting to reflect off of my face due to the the lack of melanin in my skin. So I was just trying to maneuver that so it wasn't like
Hey
distracting.
man, look, okay, at least it's not as bad as me. So
Oh. All right, that was a
so
Great
yeah,
flag.
Dragon's Dogma 2
Maya.
is actually getting proper post-launch support. So Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen was like DLC or like a standalone version of Dragon's Dogma that came out, and that was like the version of Dragon's Dogma that everybody liked. Dragon's Dogma 2 has gotten like similar sort of mixed reception. So Dark Arisen, people are hoping that'll be like the really gas version of the game. So and also Onimusha Way of the Sword is going to come out on Switch 2 as well.
Onimuhu.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna say 2 quick things. Nintendo Switch Sports looks maybe okay. It has Thumb War in it now as a sport, so who knows?
What?
That'll be good. Yeah, and you know it's the
1,
guy.
2, 3, 4 type shit. Like
Yeah, like their hand looks humongously big. Like they have one hand that's humongously big. It's like the Quagmire like jerking off bit or whatever. But like in the game, and
Do you
who's
think I
the
know what that
announcer?
means?
Who's the announcer guy that does? Who's always like the?
Oh, Sandra Mobus. Smash Bros?
No, the guy in the direct. Like he's like the guy now. He's replaced like he's like the spokesperson guy now.
Oh, I don't.
But anyway, he was
but-
playing Thumb Wars for a solid like 5 minutes, and it's really funny. And then he had like a face cam thing. This is not as fast as I wanted it to be. But anyway, Nintendo Switch Sports, I think it could be good, but I feel like it still lacks soul. And then the second thing I'll say is Splatoon. I don't like Splatoon now. They're ruining Splatoon. They're making everything a single player dumb game now. They released 2 games on Switch 1 for some reason, and now they're doing nothing with the amazing co-op aspect that they could have had, but they ruined it. So Splatoon sucks now. I'm a little annoyed. Maybe the
But
game
wait,
is still good, but let's
Wait,
talk
what did
about
they
it.
announce? What did they announce for?
They announced
Splatoon 4?
they announced Splatoon Raiders, which is like I don't even. It
Not
just
to be
it
used
just
with
looks
Arc
like
Raiders.
it's just like they took the salmon thing and they're making like a whole game out of
salmon.
it. Which the salmon run thing was fine, I guess. It was like the
good food.
zombies mode. And
Yeah, it's like the COD Zombies mode.
Yeah, but now they're
I
just
like
making like an
lemon pepper
entire.
salmon, like lemon.
They're making an
juice
entire game
sprinkled
out of
on
it,
some
and they're
rice.
making. There's going to be a
broccoli.
direct about
good
it as
stuff.
well, and I'm like, what happened to the old Splatoon? What happened, to my
the
boy?
game that I loved?
Like, dude,
I miss the
I just
old
don't
man.
get
Go
it.
straight to the goal,
They-
man. Go.
It's like they hated what made their game good. They ruined. They just are like, let's do all this single player stuff, or completely remove the competitive aspect of this game that they could have had, but they didn't because their internet servers sucked. And I was gonna say a second thing, but I don't remember.
He's gonna say so.
I was about to hit the head with the thing, and then he just stopped. I only got one out.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
I was about to hit him with the whole hand.
It just pisses me off. It pisses me off.
When you started talking about salmon, I started hearing the word salmon in my head to the tune of Bob Marley's Jammin'. We be salmon, we be salmon, and I hope you like salmon too.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're moving on. We're moving on. That is a Nintendo.
Yeah,
that is a
fuck
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Let's talk about Xbox now.
Xbox Game Showcase.
Yeah.
Okay, I just kind of want to. I almost said click. I want to kick this off with I think the most important thing and the coolest thing to me coming out of this is the return of exclusives to Xbox. So if you all, and then also the return of exclusives to PlayStation as well, because they announced that earlier this year. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, but now we have like both PlayStation and Xbox coming back to exclusivity, which I think is cool, based, and good and pog. Now, I understand that some people might be against that because they're like, I want to just play a game on your system. Suck a dick, bro. Like, listen, I'm going to die on this hill. I think exclusivity is necessary for consoles to survive, because otherwise the PC people are just going to eat it for lunch, right? Because I have a PC, I play everything, right? Especially with like the boom in consumer electronics before this past year, where a lot of people, it was pretty affordable to get a PC for like a good 2.5 years. Like you could get a pretty banger PC for not that much, you know what I mean? Or it would be a lot, but like it's like you spend this money, you get it for 10 years type beat, right? And so now I think they're starting to realize, they're like, oh, we can't sell Xboxes if we have no exclusives anymore. And so me personally, I think that's really cool that they're starting to go back to that. I think it's good that Sony's also going back to that, because at the end of the day, Nintendo's been beating these guys' asses the moment the Switch released. Ever since the Switch launched in like 2017 or 18, whatever the fuck it was, they have been beating their ass like down. Like it's been a one-man race at the top. It's just been Nintendo fucking here, and then like you look down the Grand Canyon, and at the bottom you see fucking PlayStation, and then you go down to the center of the earth and you see Xbox like melting in the core.
If you're talking specifically console sales, because I mean Xbox Game Pass is keeping Xbox alive right now. But that's
in terms
PC,
of console
so it's
sales,
like
I don't count that, because it's not console sales. There's no like. I'm talking about the console wars, which like I think is a good thing that is like coming back, especially as like the console's about to get refreshed probably in 2028, if I had to guess. That's when the consoles are gonna get refreshed again. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. About 8 years out.
Yeah. And so like I think like once that comes back around, and then like we're probably gonna get like more shit from like Xbox again, which is cool. Like I think. Anyway, I think just like exclusivity is good without running in circles, but like they basically announced a new Gears of War game that's going to be an Xbox exclusive, and they announced Clockwork Revolution, which kind of looks something similar to like a BioShock, like Infinite, like kind of deal. It actually looks like a pretty cool game. It's just like FPS, like fucking revolution monsters. It's just like a steampunk style kind of deal. So it looks pretty cool. Go ahead.
I realized too that like this might, and throw me, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I wonder if this will have a side effect on the speedrunning community and like the people who like chase after new releases for speed games going forward. Because there's no way like people are going to be able to have like good PC, newest PlayStation, newest Xbox, newest Switch, all at the same fucking time, right? So you're not like, because I feel like part of the issue is the reason everyone is able to kind of like hop on all these new games all the time at the same time is they're all on PC. So they have a PC already, they're good, right? So you might have the return of people who are like, oh yeah, I'm a PlayStation specialist or an Xbox specialist, right?
That's
or
true.
Nintendo, you know.
Because like really,
So
it's
that
just
could
been
be
like
interesting.
you own a Switch and a PC, and you can play 95% of
Everything.
things, and then you
Yeah.
own a PlayStation probably for like the 5% of games that you need, which is like God of War,
Yeah.
which I think got released on PC. So
Well, that's on that's going to be on PC. I played both God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok.
then
on
never
PC.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because Sony. Sorry, I was mixing things up. Sony did the thing where it was exclusive for like the first 2
Were
years of
porting
release,
stuff.
and then it would come out after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that like if you wanted to run things on release, you would probably own a PlayStation and a PC, and then probably a Switch if you wanted it. But it's kind of funny how like it kind of turned into you either own. Like everyone just owns the Switch, right? Just by default. And then it's like you probably have a PC and then you might own a PlayStation. And no one had the refrigerator
Nobody has
at
that
all.
fucking
The
Xbox.
refrigerator
No.
did not exist. Like it's crazy.
Yep.
Dude, the only refrigerator I've ever seen in my entire life, by the way, other than the one in my kitchen, is I went to my buddy Johnny's house and he had a refrigerator in his living room. And I was like, I've never seen one of these in the wild. Like I actually like he actively uses the Xbox Series X, and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I've seen
and he's
two
like a complete
in my
like
time. Go
regular
ahead, Jax.
normie. So
Funko
Yeah.
Pop guy stood outside of a Best Buy and he camped out the night of the release to get it.
Dude,
This dude is getting torched, man. I tell you
dude,
what.
every time you tell me a story about this specimen, this individual,
The specimen.
my opinion, man.
I remember he
If
FaceTimed me. It was like
if he
raining.
can clear- if he can clear the bar of what it means to be a friend of yours, then what the fuck does that say about me? You know what I'm saying? Like every time you tell a story
Specimen is
about this
certainly a
guy,
choice of words.
every time you tell me a story about this guy, my opinion of him just continues to tank.
damn.
Like my opinion of him is tanking harder than the Sacramento Kings. Like it's bad, man. It's
whoa, don't compare
know-
the King. That's
you know
too
what's
far.
funny?
Hey, Shredberg, get this guy.
That's crazy,
Kill him,
bro.
Shredberg.
Mons, kill that guy.
You know what's funny though is I tell him I'm like, yo, like I said this on the podcast or whatever. It's like, dude, you're like you're just like a reoccurring joke or
recurring
whatever. And he's like
character.
reoccurring
that's
character.
awesome. He loved it. He's just like
I
just like,
mean,
that's
it's
so
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like
Oh,
yeah.
there's
Anyway.
nothing better than someone with a bad opinion who, when you bring up to someone, I told someone about your horrible opinion, and they're just so confident in it.
Yeah.
that it just brings them joy
It is.
that
it
you
is
brought
pretty
them
good.
up.
But yeah,
Yep.
so Gears of War E-Day is announced, and so that's also going to be an exclusive. I'm not much of a Gears of War head. I've never played a Gears of War,
I'm not shocked that it's going to be exclusive. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just cool to see them bring back exclusives. But and then like a couple other heavy hitters, Fable is getting released. It's not exclusive.
Oh.
Nothing else is exclusive that they announced. It's just those two games. But Fable got announced. Spyro, a new Spyro game, an actual new original Spyro game got announced.
Yeah.
That
So
was
that's
a
gonna be
crazy
sick.
one for me because like Spyro has traditionally been a heavy PlayStation franchise.
Yeah.
And to be announced via the Xbox showcase, I think is very fascinating.
Yeah.
But is
And
that
so-
console,
and it's-
is that going to be a console exclusive?
It,
I don't
it
think
doesn't
so.
say it's going to come to PlayStation. It says Xbox Series X/S,
Wow.
Xbox, and on PC.
Interesting.
Wow.
Because that's interesting. Because
I think
usually
they just
it's
bought the people that made it, if I had to guess.
did they buy Toys for Bob?
Oh. Yeah, they were buying.
Unless,
They were
well,
buying a
I
lot of
actually,
companies and
I'm
stuff.
reading the article posted by Xbox, so maybe they didn't mention PlayStation by name, just like intentionally. So maybe I should look this up. You can keep
Oh,
going,
so it's being developed with so Toys for Bob, who are the people who did Crash 4 and like have been doing a lot of the more recent like mascot OG PlayStation stuff. So they've been doing Crash stuff and the Spyro. I think they worked on the Spyro stuff. Maybe it's a collab between them and Activision, which Microsoft owns. So
Yeah. Okay, no, it is coming to PlayStation 5. They just didn't list it because it's the fucking Xbox thing. I went
Yeah,
I went to another website.
because it's the
That's why I was
console.
like,
It's
wait,
the console.
it's not on
wars.
PS5?
It's because it's the console wars. So
Yeah.
it's like
So no, it's coming to everything: PC, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation, all of
Okay.
it. So a little bit of misinformation. You know, it could go a long way, but that'll be cool. I've never played a Spyro game, but I know that a lot of people like Spyro. So
That's fun. They're good.
and then
The couple of heavy hitters for me on this one were actually Senua and Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy.
Oh, okay.
So Senua, which is the third game in the Hellblade series, I really, really liked the first Hellblade. It was one of the first games that I considered speedrunning.
Really?
And then I was like, damn, this shit long. And then it was also like, you have to like free scroll.
Yeah, they're very
it's like
cinematic
you have to free
games,
scroll
right?
in order. Yeah, they are. But the combat is like really cool, and the visuals are dope. And there was also a glitch where like if you like free scroll, you can like do some really weird shit where you can airwalk off of like interacting with a ladder. And I was like, I was like pretty new to speedrunning. I was like, I think this is a little bit much for, you know, like my first handful of games. I was like, I don't really know what I'm getting into here. So, and then I looked at the glitchless runs and they were like 3.5 hours. And I was like, forget that. But I played like Senua's Sacrifice. I really liked that game. Senua's Saga, not as good. A little bit more of like a pretty storybook, but damn, that shit was pretty. Really, really good use of the graphics engine. There's some really trippy visuals during some of the puzzles that they have going on. Was quite impressed overall by the fidelity of that game. And kind of like the emotional weight of what they were going for. I don't think it necessarily landed, but I appreciate the attempt. Senua, they've dropped the Hellblade from the title, and it seems like it's just entirely combat focused. It seems like they're fleshing it out to be just like they've returned to her old design from the first game, and the entire trailer is just combat basically. Whereas every other trailer for Senua's Saga was like cinematic stuff. So I assume that they are going to go in like the new God of War direction, and have it just be like probably a little bit more of like a little bit more refined than like a little less mashy than those games were. Because Senua actually has like parries and stuff that she does, and
Yeah, because
there's
everything
always
is Dark
been
Souls.
like a there's not everything's Dark Souls. She's had that shit for a while, dude. But
I know, just a throwback episode.
that's fair, yeah.
throwback.
Yeah, throwback to last episode.
Literally last week. What are you going back?
But there's always been like a more of a back and forth in the Senua games, because a lot of it is like one-on-one fighting, as opposed to crowd fighting. And now it seems like they're kind of fleshing out her ability to take on crowds, which is cool. I'm a little bit disappointed that Ninja Theory still seems allergic to a jump button, because for those that don't know, of course, they developed the 2013 DMC game, and it still seems like they've learned nothing from their time having Itsuno consult with them, because everybody's going crazy over Faye in God of War Law Faye doing like double jumps and aerial combos and everything, and Ninja Theory could have had Senua doing this like a decade ago. But they still they designed a combat system that was on its base pretty good, and then they had somebody from Capcom come in and refine it with them for DMC 2013. But they seem to have just not learned from that experience very much. So now we're back to where we are here with the Senua stuff, and it's like, give the girl a jump button. Like, what are we doing here? Like, give her an uppercut to launch some people. Like, you know how to do this stuff. You are good combat designers when you really put your nose to the ground, but you need to do it. So I am pretty cautiously optimistic about that game. Residents of Plague Tale Legacy, also a case of a series that has been largely a cinematic experience. Like, and in the case of Plague Tale, it's like stealth action-ish, but also mostly a cinematic experience, because that's like, you have to control rats with light and everything, and that's how you like solve puzzles to get through the game. And then you like
make the rats like eat people. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, you do make rats eat people. It's pretty sick. This is also like, they're doing a prequel with this game, and it's starring this woman that's a pirate from the second game. She like helps out the main characters during that quest in the second game. They're flashing back like 15 years before the events of the first game to tell like her origin story. And again, a lot of this trailer is combat. So like it's another cinematic experience series that's expanding into, hey, people really want to mash buttons with these characters, so let's do that. I'm very glad that we're entering the era of like at least 3 badass women getting proper combat systems at a time in video games, which would be Senua. I forget her name in Plague Tale Legacy Resonance. It was a really cool name too. I'll probably just look it up here in a second. And then also Faye from God of War.
Bro doesn't remember women. That's crazy.
I remembered most of them.
Name
Okay.
one woman challenge.
Raven Simone.
Aubrey Plaza. I said Aubrey Plaza, but you know.
I said Ludwig.
Yeah.
Oh, her name is Sophia. That's why I thought it was a more like
Sophia.
a more of a pirate name, but yeah, it's Sophia.
Yeah.
I
think
she's a smuggler.
The last thing from Xbox, I think, is Persona 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that'll be
that's-
big. I
That's
like
gonna-
Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I think people already knew it was coming, but it's like I don't expect us to hear much about that because I don't know if it was for this show or for Games Fest or another, but they announced a remake of Persona 4. Which
Yeah, they know that
people are very, very fucking excited about. I actually played the more recent remake of 3, and then I also played Persona 5 after that. I tried Persona 4, like not like it's called Persona 4 Golden, it's like the deluxe edition of like the PS2 game. It had a PC port. And I got a decent chunk of the way into it, but I kind of just got hardwalled by the game showing its age. So I'm personally kind of excited for it just because I want to experience kind of that story through like the more modernized Persona gameplay system.
Also,
and all that jazz.
as far as I know, the pacing of Persona 4 gets thrown off a lot with the golden content.
Yeah.
So, one of my friends like actively hates the character that was added in
Really?
as well. Yeah, Marie. Yeah.
Really? I can fix her. That's my thing with her. Like,
why would you want to? Is what I always say.
well, maybe I don't know because I haven't gotten that far into the game or far enough into the game to understand.
Persona
I don't
6
really know anything about those. Most of my Persona knowledge comes from Digital Devil Saga. So
That's fair. That's fair.
Mine comes from Super
up, Cole?
Smash
pretty
Bros.
on brand,
Ultimate.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know
fair,
that
too.
Joker guy. He's from Batman. Is Persona
Right.
6?
Yeah, I know MK
Does it
Lio.
seem like? Does it seem like a different vibe? Persona 6. Like,
I don't think they announced anything.
It seems a little more horror, yeah.
yeah,
They really didn't
I
give a
don't know.
lot of info.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
I think
And
it was
the- and
mostly
even the
just, hey, we're making
logo.
the game, forehead.
yeah, but
they were like,
I don't know,
stop
I was
leaking
like,
the fucking game. We're making it.
enough. Yeah.
And speaking of the Pisson 2, the Pisson 5, state of play, moving on to the fourth one, they're remaking Rayman Legends on Mega Dance Fest.
Why?
Hey, at least they're doing something.
Why?
They're doing something with
At
Rayman
least they're-
Legends, I guess. I don't know.
We could have
Anyway, I'll
had a
just hand this off to
Rayman 2
Delaware. He
Rayman.
probably wants to talk about
There we go.
the entire direct, the entire
Cinema.
PlayStation thing. Yeah.
Here we go.
So number one,
Tomb Raider's
Control
cool, though.
Resonant.
Go ahead.
Well, it's also made with generative AI, so
Oh, wait, what?
Toss that
Is
out.
it?
Boo.
Yes.
Oh, well, I was
That
excited for
doesn't
Tomb
make
Raider.
any fucking sense to me because it's Lara Croft, right? So it's like there are enough gooners in the game industry who would want to make Lara Croft's tits with their bare hands instead of using Gen AI.
Well,
okay?
I'm sure
And I'm
that
one
they
of 'em.
handled her. I'm sure that
Hire
they handled
me.
Lara Croft's boobs with great
Here's my
delicate
application.
care. But they were like,
Did they bring back
were
the
like, you know,
triangles?
no.
no. But I think that they were like, we've crafted this perfect model of Lara Croft. And then they were like, well, we need to design the tomb that she's going to raid. All right, just put that shit in Chat GPT, bro. Let's keep this rolling. You know?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Just call it Womb Raider and make her a lesbian. I don't know. That would be a better idea than fucking Gen AI. Like, what do
That
you
would be
want,
fun.
man?
That
Like,
would be fire.
That would be a way better idea
would be
than Gen
kinda
AI.
funny.
But shit, we've beaten that
Do you
horse
think that
many
if
times over.
they renamed it to Womb Raider, but it also came out with AI, do you think that the womb part would outweigh it? Do you think lesbians would beat generative AI or no? Who do you think wins this heavyweight fight?
I'm always
I
betting
feel
on
like
lesbians,
I feel like the
I
Gen
don't have the
AI
conversational skills to even answer
Hear me out.
any of these questions.
Hear me out.
Like,
I
what the
feel
fuck
like
are we
the
talking
I feel like the Gen AI would like straight wash the lesbians out of whatever it created. Does that make sense? Like it would water down the lesbians to the point where they're just roommates.
Oh.
Oh my god!
You see what I'm saying? Are you smelling
If
what I'm
there's
saying?
one
again?
thing I've learned in my life, it's that you can't water down lesbians. Okay,
That's true.
they just don't.
They're
let
already
it
wet,
happen.
so.
And they're truthing pretty
And
hard.
depends.
Can we end? Oh my god! Oh my
No,
god!
we have to talk
Oh,
about
it's
the entire
Pride Month.
PlayStation
We're
Direct,
allowed to
bro.
talk about this. Bro, it's
Until Dawn 2, there's another
I-
Silent Hill. Wait, didn't they just release a Silent Hill thing? What is happening, bro? Anyway, you're talking about Control.
Okay, anyway,
Let's start
so
from the top.
the big takeaway too from this state of play, by the way, is that everything is coming out on the same fucking week. I'm gonna be
Jesus.
fucking dying during the last week of
Oh yeah,
of
because
September,
everyone's
bro. It's
avoiding
crazy.
GTA 6, right?
Yes. So, well, Control
Yeah.
Resident, I think, was probably going to be slated for this anyway, but GTA 6 probably kind of sealed this. So Control Resident still looks good. They've released like 6 trailers for this game at this point or some bullshit. No, not 7. So it just looks good. It's like Remedy's first melee focused game. It looks like an action game, and seems like it plays like one. So there's a chance that I've already made the joke between Onimusha and Control Resident. I'm either fighting Wody for a GDQ submission, or I'm fighting Ashley 930, by the way, for a GDQ submission.
maybe both, depending.
I was like, maybe both if I like both the games enough. But yeah, you have like there's a thing with Dylan in this game, the main character, where he has like pretty similar hang time to Dante in the DMC reboot with how he swings his sword and everything. So every time I look at this game with the way the city's warping and the hang time on combos and everything, I'm like, this reminds me a lot of DMC reboot. There's a also this game's just gonna be gas because it's Remedy. So there's that. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, got a release date, pretty great. Comes out a day after Control Resident, by the way. And it came out with a demo, and the demo was sick as fuck. People have said, oh, it's too easy, but then the director was like, oh, by the way, we gave you a bunch of late game abilities. So it was easier than the final game's gonna be. They give you like 5 or 6 different defensive mechanics, like the ways that you can interact with the enemies, which is super sick. And while also including like the Isen, which is a classic mechanic from the old Onimusha, the game very much feels like true to the core of the series. A lot of people are going like, oh, Onimusha's going Dark Souls, and it's like, newsflash, buddy, like Onimusha's always been a rather defensive game. In fact, like it's always been like a defensive offense game. The only thing that I'm like a little worried about is like what the kind of magic abilities we're gonna get, because magic abilities have always been like a big part of it, and the magic ability that was in the game, like in the demo, I was like kind of back and forth on it. But overall, with like the hour that I spent with that demo, pretty damn excited. Let's see here. Wolverine, that shit looks toothless, bro.
Damn.
I'm so sorry for everybody that was like waiting for that game.
I mean, he has claws.
There's a point.
So like,
There's God of War.
There was a
Laufey the
point
singer.
where Wolverine, like, he could have like uppercutted a guy and it could have launched them, and it just like it knocked the guy flat on his ass. And I was like, this shit looks. I don't know what I expected from Insomniac Games, because they are effectively like an easy bake oven studio when it comes to making like very safe, solid games. Like, I don't think that they've made a.
True. Oh,
I don't think that they've made a game that's bad on a technical level, but I don't think that any game that they've made is like creative. Like in recent years, in terms like ever since
maybe Rift Apart, there's aspects of Rift Apart like the pulling yourself into a different dimensional whole thing. That's really fucking cool. But like,
yeah, but
I'll
like,
give it to you though. Like,
it's
I'll give
safe.
you that idea.
It also is the thing. Like, they also had like a bunch of years of like creativity and Ratchet to build on and like derive from as well. It's sort of like how Wolverine and the Spider-Man games are derivative of Arkham as well. So it's like, it's solid. I'm sure the games will play fine. I'm sure they will have great voice acting, great fidelity. They'll have a lot of content in them. But like I always go back to a clip where it's Sam Lake, who directed, like Alan Wake 2 and Control and Max Payne, talking about like unreliable narrators and like the ways that he ties like, live action media and video games together and all this stuff. And then the director of Spider-Man 2 is like, we've just really wanted to dive into like the character of Mary Jane and her getting like fused with the symbiote and just really explore that. And it's like, respectfully, bro, I feel like they've done that.
You're not that guy.
Like 20
you're
years.
not that guy.
Yeah, like there's two like totally different playing fields happening here, and Sam Lake was just like right, like there. There's a place for people like the Insomniac Game Studios in the industry, and I'm glad that they all are keeping their jobs, basically, from what I hear.
Yeah.
The output of this studio is consistent and well selling enough that I don't think that those people have to worry about their jobs for a little while. So that's at least cool.
Well,
and then God of War Luffy. This white woman hopped out the grave and was doing double jumps and aerial combos within like 2 minutes. In God of War
and it's
Luffy.
not like the pop jazz singer either. It's not that one.
No,
Different
it's not.
Luffy.
It's Faye. Faye from God of War, which again, the reaction to this game just shows me that gamers hate women, unfortunately.
It's God of War. Aren't they excited?
Nope.
No, they're saying, oh yeah, like this is terrible. I don't want to play as Faye, and this is woke and feminist or whatever.
She's a woman.
And then
I forgot.
Yeah,
she's a woman. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
forgot
bad.
about the
And
pink
I
tag.
forgot
they
about
showed
sexism.
they showed a picture of the woman that's writing the game and like I think helping direct it. But I think she's just the lead writer. And they're like, there's a post on Twitter that's like,
do they want to like just give her a wanted poster at that point? Like, are you?
well, they put a picture of her on Twitter and it was like, never let women into your hobby, and it was like her next to
Oh
the
my
picture of
God.
Faye. And the thing is, like, she's worked on this series since 2018. Like, she's not a stranger to this material at all.
No.
There's a reason that she's the lead writer on this game. Like, and this is also what the series has been building to, kind of, because like the whole game, everybody talks about how badass this Faye is. Like, even Kratos says that she was a fine warrior and she fought beautifully. Like, I don't know, man.
she
I
has a
feel like if
double jump, so
Kratos
she's
says you
gonna fight
fought,
pretty beautifully, I think.
it's true. It's true. I think so. First double jump button in God of War since God of War 3.
Yeah.
So first jump button in general. Also,
unless
Jack
you-
Quaid voices a cube.
What? I don't know who Jack Quaid is, but a cube? How do you voice a cube? That just has six
So
sides.
It's like
there's a gelatinous cube that talks, and this cube has a sword stuck in it that
Sword in the stone?
you also use as your like. That's what Faye uses as her weapon. And there's this gelatinous like emerald cube that is like really
Yeah,
funny, and
I
it's
just
like,
saw
you know how
that, yeah.
Atreus in God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok was like your assist character.
Yeah.
This cube is the assist character for Faye. And I find it very funny that after like 2 games of gamers complaining about having a child as their assist character, Santa Monica Studios was like, we need to figure out an assist character that will not upset gamers.
Cube.
And they landed on a cube. They landed on a
The
cube
thing.
of jelly.
Dude, we gotta make our assist a literal hitbox. Yeah, wow,
Yes.
that is just a fucking cube. Holy shit. you
It's just
showed
a
me the
fucking
picture.
cube, bro. It's just a cube.
It's just a fucking
But I'm excited
box.
for this game. I don't
Well, they
think
can't
this
have them
game will
hate
get
the
a day
woman
one
and the
purchase from
child
me.
at the same time.
I like how
you know? They got to pick one. So they pick
I like
one.
how they
Yeah.
revealed this game. Like that is, I'm looking at like the 1 hour 17-minute thing. It's like 20 minutes of the end of the thing. Like it's like
That's
they
the
showed
thing is
a
that they go,
lot.
oh
Well, 'cause
yeah,
it's God of
Crazy.
This
War,
is-
bro.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm
this
not
is what pisses me
complaining.
off about this
That's-
trailer is they go 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay and like 15 minutes of this shit is cutscenes, bro. Like literally like 15 minutes of this shit
It's
is
like a little
cutscenes.
short film. Yeah.
And that's the part. This is the part of this reveal that actually pissed me off because like I was wanting to see a little bit more of the combat, but also like I don't need to know the whole setup for the fucking story in the trailer. Like, come on, bro.
Just
Fuck
hit your
off.
buttons,
Like,
bro.
Just hit some buttons. Show me a little bit of the setup.
Just
I don't
shut
need
up,
to know
shut
like
up
the
and dribble.
I don't
Shut up
I don't
and
need to know the
dribble,
whole
motherfucker.
chapter 0. I don't need to see the entire prologue in your trailer, bro. Like I'm good. I'll eventually play it. I'll wait a couple of years because I want to try and get it on some kind of discount like I did with 2018 and Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Cuz
Ragnarok.
Don't say that.
but like ay.
Silent Hill Townfall.
but
You probably
otherwise-
want to talk about that?
Game looks cool. Silent Hill Townfall comes out the same stretch of 3 days as Control Resonant and Onimusha. So I
September
might get to
24th,
it
and then
eventually.
like September 17th. Like everything's releasing in those 2 weeks, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
September 2nd.
So I might get to it. I'm still kind of interested in whether or not lightning can strike twice with Silent Hill because Silent Hill F, basically nobody believed that game was going to be good until it was like revealed that Ryu Kishio 7 was writing the story. So I'm like, can lightning strike twice with them like put like Konami giving the Silent Hill team, like Silent Hill series to a different team and just being like, okay, run wild with it. Because
So
this
is
takes
it
place
like
in the UK, I believe. I believe it takes place in the UK. Yeah, so different team than Silent Hill F.
Wait, you don't know that Cole clip? It's a good Cole clip, bro.
Oh no, I do. I was thinking about it. It was delayed reaction. I was trying to hold it in, but you
Yeah.
know,
The British got you.
I failed.
Can't hold it in.
Yeah, it's true. A bottle of water.
British.
British. And then Phantom Blade Zero. People keep trying to tell me to look at this game. Shut up. People keep trying to tell me to.
Oh my god. Yo, we can't get a single sentence out on this episode.
People keep telling me to give a fuck about Phantom Blade Zero, and every time I see more of this game, the less I am interested. I'm just like, I don't care anymore, bro. It's like, I can only be so excited when people are like, are you ready for behind-the-back third-person action RPG with parry mechanics and skill trees?
Dark
Yo,
Souls?
third-person backshots? What?
No, motherfucker, I am not. Like, and then it's always the same pitch, too. There's 3 skill trees, and they're like, this can help you, like, invest in your different play styles. By the way, during your first playthrough, you will have invested enough in each tree that it will all just meld into one play style anyway.
Yeah.
So
It's
Jeff
just
Keighley.
the Dark Souls.
So
So Jeff Keighley,
the gaming.
So
Jeff
I
Keighley
now
knows
know
himself.
what Summer Games Fest is because I remember Jaxler ranting about Jeff Keighley for about 30 minutes straight on an episode. So
Yes.
now I know what
I
Summer
remember that.
Games Fest is. It's this Jeff guy, and we hate
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I scrolled this whole article. I didn't see a single game I wanted to bring up. So,
Yeah,
Go
because
ahead.
he's a fucking fuckwit.
well, I don't know.
Resident
I
Evil
just-
Veronica.
Oh, that is
So-
true. The Code
So
Veronica
Resident Evil
remake.
Veronica, I want people to understand something about Resident Evil Veronica too, okay? Is that people have said to me for a while that Code Veronica is the game in the series that deserves a remake the most. And then I said, and they're like, well, its full potential needs to be realized. And I go, because it's shit, right? And then they're like, no, it's an underrated masterpiece. And then I'm like, okay, so there's less good games then that would be more deserving of a remake to fully realize their potential. No, Code Veronica is the most deserving of a remake so it can fully realize its potential. Because it's shit, right? No, it's a masterpiece. It's really good. And like, that just goes in circles. People need to understand that like Code Veronica, or the Resident Evil Veronica remake, is going to be a game that is titled Veronica, but it is going to be a completely different game that is also good. It's going to have the plot beats of Veronica, probably, but it's not going to be Code Veronica. It's going to be like wearing the Code Veronica mask. And the team that makes the Resident Evil remakes is really good, so it will be a good game. But I don't want people to say to me like next year, like, oh, Code Veronica's finally had its potential realized. No, something named Code Veronica is just now good. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah. Tell him.
What else was on this thing? The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this comic series.
Oh, right. I heard about this existing.
I'm not a ball knower. I don't know.
I'm not a ball knower
So,
either, but
you know, you obviously know about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I do.
The
know
Last
Turtles.
Ronin.
They were relative about 20 years ago when I was a kid.
So
That is elite
the le-
rage bait, but let's continue.
The thing is
what do you
that
want from me, bro?
well,
What?
I wasn't
just
even
have
mad
a
at him
movie come
saying
out?
relevant. I was just mad at him saying 20 years ago when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was.
And
8,
I was
20
like,
years ago.
I was like 20. Well, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, 20 years ago, I was learning to drive. That's crazy. So
yeah. I was 8. Cole was dead. So
Shit. Ew, why did you say that, Cosmic? Go
I was
fuck yourself.
3.
what? That I was learning to drive 20 years ago?
Yeah. Ugh.
My bad.
I was like playing
Last
like,
Ronin-
Pokemon Emerald. Fuck you. Go ahead.
So The Last Ronin, actually.
oh,
Here he goes.
He already has it. Early release.
The Last
pulling
Ronin
his
that
co-
came in for me today is it's a limited series run of the turtles that takes place when 3 of the 4 turtles are killed by a new villain.
oh, dude, they should
And
kill the
so
turtles more often.
this
I
is
think
the-
that would make it more fun.
This is one of the turtles that's got to avenge all of their brothers.
Hell
So
yeah, that's fire.
That is the plot
John
of
Dude,
this.
Scooby Doo should steal this idea and kill Daphne, Shaggy, like Fred, all of them.
Scooby's
and just
like,
have
Like,
And is that gonna be called, like-
tour, bro? Come on.
No.
The
Here's
last
what
Scooby
you
Snack.
do.
starts
That's
speaking
what that
normally,
called, bro.
like he blocks.
Here's
the
what you
fucking-
do. You kill everyone in the Mystery Incorporated except for Velma and Daphne, and then you make them lesbians. That's how you do it.
Also works. Consider this though, a Scooby-Doo game called The Last Fright. And it's just Scooby alone.
And it's a Scooby Doo Souls-like game, and you fight really big monsters.
You
and
need to kill yourself.
You have like a Scooby Doo snack system that you can spin to get like strength or like stamina or speed or whatever. And when you die,
Snacks
you drop all your
restored.
Scooby
When you
snacks
die.
in this,
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
puddle. And then you have
Snacks
to go to the
restored.
puddle and you have to get all the
Snacks
Scooby
restored.
Actually, would it say Snacks Restored or would it say Ruby's Racked?
Ruby's racked for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Ruby's racked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time you die in the Dark Souls font, it just says, it doesn't even say you died, it just says zoinks.
Yeah.
Or
And then it just
Ruh-roh.
fades out. It's just
It could say
fades
Ruh-roh or
out.
Zoinks.
You
Yeah.
get like a side quest from an NPC. He's like, I've only got this Scooby snack. Will you do it for a Scooby snack? Like, it would be perfect.
So The Last Ronin, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, is being made into a game by Platinum Games, who most recently made Ninja Gaiden 4.
Ninja Gay 4.
Kind of stands to reason that they could make another game about a ninja.
They also did
And
Bayonetta, for those who aren't well
They also did Bayonetta. They did the combat in Nier Automata. They also made Astral Chain, Metal Gear Rising, Vanquish, bunch of great games. Now, this is not only their second attempt at making a Turtles game, and apparently Mutants in Manhattan was not good.
It was strange.
But also, this is the second attempt at making a Last Ronin game, because a different studio was actually supposed to handle this back in 2023 or something, but it was canceled. So Platinum's taken it on with some fresh legs. So gonna be pretty exciting, especially after how much I liked Ninja Gaiden 4. That Last Ronin is gonna come out. They didn't show any gameplay. They just kind of said, "Hey, this is happening." So there we go. And then what was the other thing? Trying to think here. Because I feel like the only other thing there's obviously Final Fantasy VII Revelation. That's so like the Final Fantasy VII trilogy is now finally ending, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Thank God.
I mean, it's sort of one of those like once in a lifetime type things. Like a project like this just doesn't happen except for a game like Final Fantasy VII. So, but I'm interested to see what Square Enix will put a ton of resources into.
Here's
after this is
my
all
thing
out.
with FF7 stuff. Like the game can't be that good. You know, like the original can't be that good that people are like just fucking jizzing their pants over this shit. You know what I mean? Like something about me.
So
I'm
what-
just like.
So what I'll say, Jax, is that when I was growing up,
why? Like, sorry, I have a very
Cloud
quick
Strife.
question with Final Fantasy. Didn't they already do this? Is this like what's?
this is part 3. So when they're
So
remaking it,
they
they've been
split the old game into 3 different games.
Yes.
They
Yes.
are rinsing you niggas of money. Holy shit.
Yes.
Well, the other thing
crazy.
too.
That exactly
so-
my fucking point.
Okay, go ahead.
Like
Spoilers. Okay, so spoilers. This is not a proper remake. Not only is it a reimagining, but it's also technically a sequel. So
Isn't that
they've gone and
Final Fantasy
expanded a bunch of things. No, it's
No.
Final Fantasy VII, but it's a sequel in the FF7
This shit more
compilation.
complex than Kingdom Hearts. Holy
It's not even that
it's like a
complicated.
Final Fantasy X-2
Dude,
type
I'm
of
telling you,
situation.
this
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you, Nestani. I remember, I don't know who was explaining it to me when the first thing came out, but I was like, why? This is as complex as Attack on Titan trying to name like their new
It's
season.
not that complex.
It's just
I just don't know
weird,
why.
man.
I don't know.
Just
I
make
just
it
don't
a Final Fantasy
understand
game.
why it's a
Okay.
sequel to whatever. It's fine. Whatever.
So I don't really want to get into explaining.
That's fine. No,
FF7
no,
compilation.
sure, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I believe you. I believe women.
on-
Go ahead.
On the surface
Okay,
level.
Wow.
On the surface level, they have taken the game and expanded every area. So basically, there's 3 discs to the original Final Fantasy VII, because on PlayStation 1,
So
this didn't have
that's
a lot
where
of
it
space.
comes from. Okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah. So basically, they're taking every disc and making it a game.
That's
Is essentially the way you can think of it.
cooler, and that at least that's
Oh.
grounded in some level of reality.
Yes. Now, to Jaxler's point about people can't be jizzing themselves, I'm here to tell you they are. Number
Yeah,
one,
they love jizzing.
um,
Well,
Well, here's the
Tifa is in
thing.
the game. That's where the jizz mostly comes from, I would assume.
my favorite part was when people said that they were desexualizing Tifa and they gave her thigh highs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
that's not how that works.
She looks hotter now.
Yo, shouts
what are
to
we doing?
thighs.
But anyway, so true. So what I will say is that when I was growing up in the Dark Ages,
Not to be confused with Doom: The Dark Ages.
true, and not to be confused with the Dark Ages Revelations, which
That
everything
got
is now
announced.
being called Revelations. Yeah, it did.
Why does everything
Hey,
have
not to be confused
Revelations?
with Assassin's Creed
Everything's
Revelations that released like 10
Revelations.
years ago.
Assassin's Creed Revelations,
True.
fucking Resident
So,
Evil Revelations.
What I'll say about Final Fantasy VII is that when I was
Tell me the
growing up,
Bible's
that was
a
like
revelation.
one of
Book
the
of
first
Revelations.
examples I can think of people saying, wouldn't it be really cool if they made this game again with upgraded graphics? Like as far back as the early 2000s, people were like reminiscing about or like hypothesizing about the idea of redoing a game with better hardware. And Final Fantasy VII was like was in such like a big part of the zeitgeist, and like it was one of those like must play games that people pretty often said like, yo, it'd be so sick if like this had super realistic graphics. Like, you know, Final Fantasy X came out and people were even like, oh man, imagine if they like did Final Fantasy VII on this console. Oh, that'd be so sick. You know, and
One
even like when
generation
I think PlayStation 3 came out, when PlayStation 3 came out, they did like a tech demo or something, or maybe it was PlayStation 4. They did like a tech demo showing the Final Fantasy VII characters in that like first part of Final Fantasy VII, and people were like going crazy. And then it was like, oh yeah, no, this is just a tech demo showing the power of the PS3.
The pissing. Three.
So it has been. So it is like it is basically ground zero for the idea of like large scale remakes,
Yeah.
because it is just that good of a game.
It's Patient
Essentially.
Zero.
Yeah. So, but that's what I will say. Now, whether or not people like the game enough to think,
Dude, I hope when they
Oh, yeah, I
remake
think this
KOTOR
needs
1, I
3
hope that
discs of
they make a game
should
for
not
each
happen, bro.
planet. I hope that they do that. So
That
like
should
if it's
not
the
happen,
first
bro.
planet, they make a game for Kashyyyk, they make a game for fucking Manon, they make a game. And then I can buy
Good grief.
4 different KOTOR games. Thoughts?
and love every bit of it, I guess. I don't know.
Aren't you already buying a Switch 2 just for the new
Yes.
Fire Emblem game?
I am
Yeah.
exclusively buying a Switch 2 to play Fire Emblem, and that's all I care about.
And then he'll play the KOTOR 1 remakes on the Switch too.
I
just to get
probably
his
will.
money's
You
worth.
are correct.
Yeah. And
you are
then-
kind of spitting.
And
I mean,
then
I'll play
they'll,
the because it's
then
on the
after
Switch,
it's
so I'll just play like the regular ones.
And then after it's all done and they like have the like complete collection, it'll go on sale on Steam, and Nestani will look at it and be like, I could play that again, and then just buy it again.
Wait, what?
And play
What
it on
complete
PC or
to
something.
collection?
Where the hypothetical KOTOR 1 remake of all the different planets.
Oh yeah,
They'll come out with the
and then
complete
I'll buy it. I
they'll
do
come out with
own
the
every
complete-
single Assassin's Creed
yeah,
game on Steam for no
exactly.
reason.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. That is all I got.
But I haven't bought
for
games in
Summer
Steam in
Games
like
Fest.
6 years. Okay, you know, I've only bought things that I'm gonna play, and otherwise I haven't bought a game. Okay,
That's fair.
I bought Pumpkin Jack. I played Pumpkin Jack. I bought Lunistus. I spedrun Lunistus. I bought.
Okay, Trump. Like, what are we doing
I
here, man?
bought
Like,
Shadow the Hedgehog, and I played just the Shadow the Hedgehog part, which ended up being 4 hours, and I'm still kind of mad that I spent $60 for 4 hours of enjoyment. That is fucked up. That is higher than my salary. That's more than I get paid in 4 hours, and so it kind of sucks. And then I bought Neva. Right, I forgot about that game. Yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
But I haven't bought anything. Look, I've been good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting into the podcast now, I
Gaming.
suppose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about my life when I'm gonna spend $550 just to play Fire Emblem. But it's just the world that I live in, and
It'll let you play the next Fire Emblem. Totally.
I mean, they released 2 Fire Emblems for Switch 1, so surely they released 2 Fire Emblems for the Switch 2.
And they had
so,
2. They had 3 on 3DS. So like.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the 3DS Fire Emblem games. They fucking suck atrocious monster cock.
What about the Fire Emblem 2 reimagining that was the Shadows of Valentia? Is that what it was called? There is not it's not neither Awakening nor Fates. It was the other one that was like the Shadows of Valentia. Is that what it was called? It was like a reimagining of Fire Emblem 2.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one decent? Oh, okay. Never mind then. I guess I'll die.
I think the entire 3DS sucked ass for Fire Emblem. It was just not a good time, other than Awakening. Awakening was good.
I was
that
gonna
was
say.
it. But also, Awakening is overrated.
Wow.
Because people are like, Awakening's the best Fire Emblem game of all time. It's just not. Anyway, we're going to end the podcast. Before I talk to everyone about Fire Emblem for 1 hour, we're going to stop the podcast because no one wants to hear me talk about Fire Emblem for an hour. So, does anyone have anything they would like to shout out? Oh, I got a sub 40 in Transformers. That's what I'm going to shout out. I'm going to suck my own dick. For a second.
Fuck yeah,
I was
dude.
there.
Hell yeah.
I was also there, but I got there literally right after you got the sub 40.
Yeah.
So I'm a bad friend, I guess. Oops.
Cosmic was there too.
Well, no, I was busy working. So
I was there, and I didn't even realize it was happening. Shout outs to that, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be streaming Devil May Cry 5 because I'm trying to break another minute barrier, and I have to save a solid 20 seconds to do that. My last stream, I didn't get out of the first half of the game, so that was cool. But you know, it is what it is. My average time has like gone down by like 3 or 4 minutes, so feeling pretty confident for GDQ at least. So yeah, gonna just keep working on that.
For me, I'm still kind of on injury recovery a little bit. I don't know if I think it literally like the injury occurred like after we recorded. But I strained my biceps on both sides really, really bad. So I'm doing a lot better now. But for the speedrun events I had to do over the weekend, I was playing on like injury essentially. So you might not see me stream for a little bit. I'm basically mostly back to normal now, but I'm taking it very, very cautiously because I could not fully, and it still is a bit sore to try to do it, but like lengthen my arm all the way out. What I hope that means is that my biceps will be fucking massive by the time like my injury is resolved. But
and then you can use them to pump.
Micro tears.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, literally. So you might not hear from me a little bit, but probably starting like really getting back into Vex next week. I kind of want to dual main, so I'm probably gonna mix Frog Monster with Vex until I get the all bosses PB I want, and then maybe y'all get to see the new speed game I've been working on.
Hell yeah.
Cool Interscroll 14.
Yeah, I have a video that's released. It is, ironically, I made it before I got into GDQ, but it is a speedrun explains of Scooby-Doo all bosses. And the video's been done for a long time, but then what happened? Oh yeah, that's right, Hedgegate clip happened. And I had to wait because I wanted like a section where I talk about that. But it worked out because one, GDQ thing, and the other thing is that it sort of is a nice like reminder of like an era before hedge gate clip was like legalized again or whatever.
Is your
So,
name
yeah,
Coley
I got a new
underscore 2
video.
because you were born in 2002?
Yep, that's exactly the reason why.
Why did I never notice this until now,
Yeah.
man? What?
Yeah, and actually,
Oh.
the old username used to be awesome 1202 because I'm awesome and I was born on the 12th of 02. So, yeah.
I thought it was just because you like ate the first Coley.
And the second, well, there's Coley underscore
How long
0. So that's like,
Well,
that's
did we
Cole
start from 0 or
Prime.
did we start from 1?
How have you just figured this out? You've known me for 6
Is
years.
Cole
I
Zero
just
your
thought
dad?
about it. I was just like 02.
Cole Zero would be his dad.
Well, it's
probably.
because
Okay.
if you were Coley underscore 99, I would clock it instantly. But it's because it's 02 that I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I don't register people born post
'Cause, like,
2000 as humans.
sure.
And I don't
Well, and I
like
feel like
recognize those
younger-
dates. I don't recognize those dates as dates available to be birthed at, even though they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like if someone was Coley underscore 10, I would be like, huh, maybe 9 was missing. It's because people are like, oh, Coley 1, Jaxler 1. He just put a 1 in a name because Jax was taken, right? So 02,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe 01 was taken, maybe 1 was taken. I don't think about the year because it's such a low number. You understand? Does this make sense? I'm not.
So,
trying-
no,
Nestani,
I
here's
get what
what
you mean, but I
Nestani,
I'm not
what I'm
What
going to
did
say to you, what I'm
What?
going to say to you, Nestani, okay, is that there are people that are old enough to drink that were born
Yeah, I know Cole can drink.
It's 2000.
like
It's
the same
it's 2005
time
or
that
something.
like the same time as like Sacred Stones came out.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine. I'm cool with that. However,
but they were born in
if
2005,
if your
dude.
name is Coley underscore 15, I'm not going to assume you were born in 2015.
Well, I think part of it too is like I feel like our generation and older were more likely to have like things like username 98 as our birth year because we weren't all taught, hey, maybe you shouldn't put personal
And-
information in your username. But now that time has passed,
Yeah, Coley
I
underscore
feel like
2.
people are doing that less and less.
I mean, I don't like the O2. I wish my Twitch would just be Coley, for God's sake. But there's some unknown fuck out there who just won't give up their username, and it's like, what are we doing, bro? Like, give me the goddamn name, you sick fuck.
You
So,
sick fuck.
like, it's
You
so
sick
dumb.
fuck is funny.
But I think also, like, you say 1999, 1998, and you even say like 2021, 2026. But for the 2000s, you're like 2001, 2002.
Yeah,
it's not
I
like
think-
2002.
Yeah, you don't say 2002. I think that's a
So.
good point. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I am
that's true.
correct.
That
Fuck
is
you,
also
Cole.
a pretty good
I am
point.
correct. Thanks for proving me right.
You're welcome. I get. Am I wrong? Like, who's wrong? Like, what is happening?
Goodbye forever.
Get the fuck out
All
of here.
right, bye.